Hello to you all today. My name is Ali. Thank you very much for joining me on your mats today. I'm sure that you are all missing the yoga studio as much as I am. And so I hope that this will suffice in a virtual substitute. Today I will be working through our hips into a beautiful hip opening and our heart centers. So just opening up into our energy centers, our sacral chakra in our navel region and our heart chakra in the center of our chest. Opening those up, getting our energy centers in those regions flowing so that any trapped emotions or feelings can be released, and that we can release all the love in our hearts out into the universe, because right now we really need a lot of that. So if you're joining me today, thank you. We're going to get started on our mats in our Sukhasana, our easy seated pose. I am in half lotus. Sukhasana for you might be just simply cross-legged. You can bring one foot in front of the other, or you can join me in half lotus or full lotus if you have that range of motion. Whatever you do, just make sure you put your non-habitual leg in front. So I usually cross my legs with my left in front, but I'm now putting my right foot on top, just to bring a subtle awareness into the body by just changing it up a little bit. So as you settle into this position, just bring awareness to your spine. And imagine your spine like a stack of coins. You want every disc in your spine to be precisely stacked on top of the other one, making for length from the tailbone all the way up to the top of your neck. You want to tuck in your chin slightly towards your chest, just lengthening, giving a little bit of extra space in the back of the neck there. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let go of any unnecessary tension in the body. Relax your jaw. And then just start to bring awareness to your breath. Your hands are on your knees in this position, palms up to receive, and your eyes are closed. You're taking away the sense of sight so that you can start to look internally. And we do that by calming our mind, by focusing on our breath. Calming the internal chatter, the monkey mind, our inner narratives and conversations melt away when we are breathing and when we are aware of our breathing. So just really pay attention to how you are breathing this morning. Perhaps you might start a little bit shallow, your breath might be quick, but as you start to cultivate that awareness, you can lengthen your inhale to a count of 4 and exhale for an equal count of 4. And I challenge you to utilize your breath throughout this practice today. If Ujjayi breathing is in your practice, you can cultivate that now too. That's a slight snoring sound in the back of your throat, a slight constriction of the airflow, making a noise like the ocean. A strengthening, energizing breath for this free flow today. Fluttering open the eyes now. Placing your hands face down onto your knees, we're just going to go through a few body rolls. So you might want to start really gently, making really small circles, really moving into the hip area. So just moving with your breath. You might start one way and then move another way. And now that you've sort of started to gain a little bit of warmth in your hips, your waist, you can start to go the other way and make those circles a little bit bigger. So really moving through. You might want to arch your spine a little bit as you go forward and round it as you go back. And then going the other way. Keeping your breath slow, measured, controlled as you move through this. And then coming back to center. On your next inhale, raising your arms up above your head. As you exhale, take your left hand down to the mat and reach over with the right hand. If your elbow doesn't reach the mat, then that's fine. Just come up onto your spider fingers and just gently work your elbow down using your breath. Making sure you're not collapsing into that front shoulder. You're making space, opening through the chest. Send that right shoulder back and then reach over. Ground into your right hip, making sure your sit bone, your right sit bone is grounded into the mat. You can bring your gaze up to your hand or to the sky, the ceiling, or if it's too much for your neck, looking down. Feeling this beautiful stretch through the right side of the body and breathing here. Next inhale, coming up to center, and as you exhale, going over to the other side, right hand comes down, left reaches over towards the right. Stretching out, making sure you're pushing that left shoulder back, really working your way down to the mat. Finding space on your inhale. And as you exhale, move into the space that you found. Ground that hip, that sit bone, left hand side into the mat. Relax into your knees. Last breath in here. And last breath out. Inhale, coming back to center. As you exhale, take your right hand and bring it to your left knee. Left hand goes behind the body. And you're twisting to the left. Relax your shoulders, ground equally into both sit bones. Find space through the chest as you twist here. Next inhale, coming back to center, arms lift to the sky. As you exhale, moving over to the other side. Left hand comes to right knee. Right hand lightly on spider fingers behind you and just gentle twist to the right. Make sure you're not leaning back or rounding your spine. You want to stack yourself on top of your hips. Really twisting, trying to get your shoulders to reach maybe the short end of your mat. Or the long end, depending on where you are sitting on your mat. Next inhale, coming up to center. As you exhale, folding forward. Folding forward with a straight spine, so we don't want any hunching forward like this. Your back is nice and straight as you walk your hands out and forward. If it doesn't feel good for you to go all the way down, or you can't get all that way down, then that's fine. Just bringing your hands in front of you, rather than rounding your spine to get forward, rather straighten that spine, activate into this area in the small of your back, and then just rest onto your fingertips. If you are folded all the way forward, bringing your third eye to gently touch the mat. On your next inhale, using your core, coming back up to center. As you exhale, take the soles of your feet, bringing them together into your Baddha Konasana. your butterfly pose, really draw those heels in towards the groin. You might want to just find a rock, maybe lift the fleshy parts from underneath you, and then just maybe taking a wiggle through your knees. On your next inhale, releasing your hands, drawing them up to the ceiling, pausing here for a moment, relax your knees. If your knees are somewhere up here and it's very uncomfortable for you, please feel free to bring a book or some form of support, a pillow, a towel, underneath the area here to support you. We're going to take an inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward. There's also the option, if you want to just try and help yourself along a little bit, to grab onto your toes with your peace sign fingers and then drawing yourself forward that way. Again, we are folding forward with a straight spine, a flat back. And again, it's not so important to come all the way down to the mat, but more important to keep your spine straight, long and lengthened. So you're going to feel that beautiful stretch into the inner thighs here, breathing into the sensation that you can feel. Keep your mind quiet. Don't listen to any narrative that tells you you can't do this. On your next inhale, coming back up to center. As you exhale, bring your knees to touch. We're going to move into our Navasana, our boat pose now. That for you could be holding underneath your knees with bent knees if you're feeling a little bit tired today. Otherwise, you can come into this formation, letting go of your knees, toes pointing out in front of you. If you would like to go the full pose, you're straightening into your legs. Whatever you're doing, you are not hunching your spine. Tuck that belly button in towards the spine. Really open through the chest. Feel as if someone is lifting you by an invisible thread through your chest up to the sky. We're going to inhale here. As you exhale, coming down to the mat. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down to hover just above the mat. Inhale, coming up. 2 more of these. Down as you exhale. Inhale, coming up, moving slowly. Last one down. Last one up. Holding here for a breath in. And as you exhale, cross over your feet and then push back into your down dog. Beautiful. Just maybe finding some movement in your down dog today. You might want to paddle out your heels. Move into your hips. I like to find a rock into my shoulder blades. When you are ready, coming to stillness. If you have tight hamstrings, please feel free to bend them slightly. Again, it is more important for your back to be straight than for your legs to be straight. So you're drawing your chest down towards your shins, lifting tailbone high to the sky. It's pointing up, pushing thumb side out of thumb side of hand, drawing your elbows towards each other, shoulders away from ears. On your next inhale, roll forward, coming into a high plank. Making sure you are not dropping your hips down towards the mat. Lift up into your hips, tuck tailbone, push between the area between your shoulder blades. Taking a breath in here. As you exhale, knees come to the mat, chest comes between the hands, and chin down to the mat. Inhale, rippling through, coming into a low cobra. Exhale, push it up and back into your down dog. On your next inhale, lift into your right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Weight comes forward into your hands. Inhale, lift 3 legs. Exhale, this time bring your foot forward between your hands. Your back knee comes down, uncurl the toes, arms come up into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, sink your hips down towards that front foot, tucking tailbone. You don't want to be leaning onto that front thigh. We're holding here in our crescent lunge. A beautiful strength, we're feeling beautiful stretch through the hip flexor here. Try and magnetize your back knee and your front ankle towards each other. Beautiful. Inhale here. As you exhale, cactus into your arms. Next inhale, bring your weight forward, reaching out of fingertips to the front of the room. As you exhale, push it back into your cactus. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, pushing it back. Inhale, reach far forward. Exhale back. One more of these. Inhale. Moving slowly. Exhale. Next inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, hands come behind the body. Interlacing fingers by your tailbone. Take an inhale here to lift up through the chest. As you exhale, take those hands down towards the mat. You're sinking your hips forward, lunging forward into that front leg. Be careful, tucking that tailbone, making sure you are protecting your lower spine, lifting from the chest, not dumping into the lower back. So finding a lift through the front body to bend into the back. Last breath in here. Last breath out. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Push it back, down dog. Inhale, we're going to roll forward into our high plank. Exhale, either sticking with knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog coming up. Exhale, lift hips high, push it back, down dog. Lovely. Next inhale, lift into your left leg, high to the ceiling. Exhale, weight comes forward, knee comes to nose. Inhale, 3 legs. Exhale, foot comes between the hands, back knee goes down, arms up into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, those hips sink down towards that front foot. So you're holding here in your crescent lunge. Relax shoulders away from your ears. Feel that beautiful stretch through the right hip flexor. Beautiful. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, cactusing your hands, your arms. Next inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, reach far forward, weight comes forward. Exhale, push it back, lift from your chest. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, back. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, interlacing those hands behind the tailbone. Taking an inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw those hands down towards the mat, coming into a slight back bend. Protect your lower spine, don't dump into the back. Find a lift through your chest. Your head can either hang back here, if that feels good for you, or you can tuck it into your chest. Last breath in here. Last breath out. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Tuck toes, push it back, down dog. Inhale, rolling forward into a plank position. Exhale, your choice, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And push it back, down dog. Beautiful. Just holding your down dog, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh out your mouth. One more in. Exhale, sigh, let it all go. Next inhale, lifting 3 legs. Exhale, knee comes to nose, weight comes forward into your wrists. Push it back, inhale, 3 legs. Exhale, foot comes between the hands, back knee goes down, arms come up, crescent lunge. Beautiful, and as you exhale, sinking those hips forward, tucking tailbone, finding space in the midsection of the body. Inhaling here. As you exhale, take your left hand next to the right foot and a gentle twist towards the right knee. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, right hand comes to right knee. Push your knee away from your body, sinking your hips down. You can come onto the blade of your right foot here. And really push that knee away. Try and straighten into that arm. Beautiful. Inhale, coming release. Bringing that knee back in towards the body. As you exhale, lift the back left foot off the mat. And then reaching for it with your right hand. You can either stay here as you sink your hips down, or after a few breaths, you can come up and try and grab onto that back foot with both hands, utilizing a little bit of balance. If you are here, try not to rest on that front thigh. You're finding space, kick that foot into the hand. Otherwise, you are here, sinking hips down, pushing that right knee out and holding onto that back foot. Wherever you are, taking an inhale and a last exhale. Inhale, releasing that back foot, arms come up. As you exhale, tuck that back toe. Inhale, reaching, coming up into your high lunge. As you exhale, open into your warrior two. Beautiful. Pausing here just to get your alignment right. Opening into hips, drawing an invisible line between front heel and back arch. Sinking those hips down towards the ground and lunging forward. It's a deep lunge into that front right leg. On your next inhale, reach far forward. Exhale, push it back, reverse warrior. Inhale, coming back, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, either bringing your elbow to your knee and reaching up, making a nice line, diagonal line with your body, or you can bring your hand down to the mat. Either looking up to a hand which is straight above you or reaching over your ear. You can also look down to the mat. Last breath in here. Last breath out. Inhale, coming up, warrior two. As you exhale, hands come behind the back. Inhale, lifting up. As you exhale, folding to the center of the body. So you're not folding towards the knee, you're folding from your hips to the very center. Sink forward into those front feet. Breath in here. As you exhale, hands come to the mat, walking your hands to the front. And they should now be on the inside of your right foot. So here we are going into our runner's lunge. You can either bring your knee down and toes untucked in this position, or you can, if you're working on strength, this can stay lifted, your knee can stay lifted. When you are ready, coming down onto your forearms. Just breathing here, really lifting into that back knee if that knee is lifted. Finding space through the front of the body, maybe drawing your weight forward into your hands. Beautiful. One more breath in here. And one more breath out. Next, inhale, coming up onto your hands. As you exhale, take that foot to the left wrist, coming into your pigeon pose. So, ideally, your your right shin is parallel to your hands. But listen to your body. If you need to draw that heel closer towards the groin, then please do so. Just find a bit of space here. You might want to find a bounce here to just really get those hips open and moving. Inhale, find space. As you exhale, walking your hands out in front of you, coming into your sleeping pigeon. And this is a pose to just let go in. Making sure you are not tilting over one side too much or the other side too much, that your weight is centered equally between both hips. You might want to make a little pillow for your hands, bringing your palms on top of each other for your forehead to rest on. Perhaps maybe your forehead comes to the ground. Seeing what you can let go of in this pose. Breathing into the sensation that you are feeling. Last breath in here. And last breath out. Inhale, walking your hands back towards that front shin. As you exhale, bringing your weight onto your right bum cheek, and then just drawing that right foot in towards the groin. So we are kind of sitting on the right side of the body. We're going to go into our mermaid now. So just kicking your left foot, bending into the knee, kicking your foot up towards the body. If you can, bring your foot into your elbow crease. If this is completely inaccessible for you, you have the option to just grab onto your foot. And if this feels awful for you, then just stay in your pigeon, or you are welcome to take a child's pose. If you are with me with mermaid, you can bring that foot into the elbow crease. Maybe this is enough for you. Otherwise, going the full pose, right hand comes behind the head to bind with your left fingers. Find space here. And breathing. Beautiful. When you are ready, releasing, very gently coming down. Bringing your weight equally onto both hands, tucking back foot, and then push it back into a down dog. Inhale, roll through into your high plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga coming down. Inhale, up dog, cobra, and then push it back into your down dog. We're going to move over to the other side now. So, inhale, lifting into your left leg. Exhale, knees comes to nose. Inhale, push it back through legs. Exhale, bring that foot between the hands as slowly as possible. Back knee comes down, arms up into your crescent lunge. Sinking those hips down, tucking tailbone, sucking belly button in towards the spine, shoulders away from ears. Inhaling here. As you exhale, right hand comes to the outside of the left leg. Gentle twist. Nice when twisting out that slight back bend in mermaid now. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring that left hand onto the left knee, and then exhale, pushing the knee away from the body, sinking hips down towards the front of your mat. Really opening into that left hip region, finding space through the heart center, trying to straighten that left elbow. Beautiful. Inhale, release, keeping your right hand where it is, bringing that left knee into the body. As you exhale, bending into the right leg, and then reaching back with the left hand to grab onto the foot. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, you can sink your hips forward again, pushing out that hip, but now you are twisting, you are bound with the back foot. And either staying here, or if you did it on the other side, you can now come up and grab onto that back foot with both hands. Sinking hips down, weight comes still into that front foot, but you are lifting up and out of that hip region. You're finding space through the torso. Pull up Mula Bandha for energy and strength and balance. Wherever you are, inhale, release, arms come up. Exhale, tuck that back toe, and inhale, coming up into your high lunge. Exhale, open into a warrior two. I'm going to turn around so you can see me. You're pausing here with your warrior two to get your alignment right, making sure you've got that straight line between front heel, back arch. Arms feel as if someone is pulling you from either side. Straight and strong. Next inhale, reach far forward. As you exhale, push it back into a reverse warrior. Inhale, coming back into your warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, your choice. Either elbow is on your thigh or your hand is to the ground. Your arm is either over your ear or pointing straight up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back up, warrior two. Exhale, hands come to interlace behind the tailbone. Inhale, lifting chest up. Exhale, fold forward through the center line. You're stopping in line with your hips. You're not folding all the way down. Next inhale, hands come to the ground, walk them to the front of your mat, pivoting on those back toes. Either you stay here with your knee up, or you are welcome to drop it down and untuck the toes. We are in runner's lunge, so we're going to come down onto our forearms here, making sure that our left heel is nice and high. And then just trying maybe to bring your weight into your hands, bringing it forward to the top of the mat. Next inhale, coming up onto your hands. As you exhale, left toes go to right wrist, coming down into your pigeon. Just maybe finding that bounce. Also making sure that your leg is aligned with your hip. You don't want that foot, that leg flying out at a funny angle. So just take time to make sure that it's in line with your hip. Inhale, find space through the front of the body. As you exhale, walking down into your sleeping pigeon. If you find it really easy here, then grab onto your foot and just encourage it to move up towards the top of the mat a little bit more. Perhaps you need to hold it here to really get that feeling, which is absolutely fine. Your weight is centered equally between both hips. Seeing what you can let go of here. What's happened to your breath? Returning to your slow, controlled breathing. Next inhale, walking hands back. And then as you exhale, coming down onto that left thigh, that left bum, drawing your toes in towards the groin. We're moving into our mermaid here. Use your options available to you. If it is not accessible for you at all, then you are welcome to stay in pigeon or move into a child's pose. You can grab onto the foot. If this is as far as you feel like going today, that your body can do today, then that is fine. Otherwise, you're bringing your right foot into the elbow crease and either staying here or moving into the full pose, bringing your left hand up behind the head and interlacing your hands, coming into your mermaid. And when you've given that a good try, very gently, slowly releasing, bringing hands to the mat, tucking those back toes and pushing back into your down dog. One last vinyasa here. Inhale, roll forward into your plank. Exhale, your choice, coming down. Inhale, coming up, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, push it back, lift hips high, down dog. Inhale, bringing knees wide as your mat, sinking your bum down towards your heels and just folding yourself forward between your knees, forward to the mat, child's pose. Now that you are on your mat, taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, sigh, let it go. One more of those. Inhale, sigh, breathe everything out of your mouth. Beautiful. Coming up onto your knees, bringing them in so they are underneath your hips. We're going to take that right hand and thread it underneath the left. Bringing your right shoulder down onto the mat, resting your forehead onto the mat as well. Feeling that gentle twist into the body, releasing your spine. Next inhale coming up. Exhale over to the other side. What's happened to your breath? Conscious awareness of your breath. Inhale, coming back up. Walking your hands towards yourself, coming down onto your heels, and then just bringing yourself down onto your sit bones. Bending your knees in front of you, bring your hands behind you. And then maybe walking your toes out a little bit, your feet out a little bit. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, both knees over to the right. You can bring that right foot onto your left knee if that feels good for you. Beautiful, releasing that. Inhale, coming up. Exhale over to the other side. Again, the option to bring your left foot onto that right knee. Beautiful. Inhale, coming up. And then just grabbing onto your knees. Just taking some time here to rock in that area between your sit bones and your hips, the top of your hips, your iliac crest, giving this area a little bit of love before coming down very gently onto the mat. Stretching legs out in front of you. Next inhale, bringing right knee into the chest. Wind relieving pose. Next inhale, left hand, right knee. As you exhale, bring that knee across the body into your supine twist, bringing your right shoulder grounding into the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, switching over to the other side, extending into right. Left knee comes into the chest. Pausing here for a breath in and a breath out. Next inhale, right hand comes left knee. As you exhale, bring that knee across the body and then just ground that left shoulder blade into your mat. Inhale, coming back up. As you exhale, drawing both knees into your chest. Squeeze yourself into a very, very tiny ball and take a deep, long inhale. As you exhale, sigh into your Shavasana. Tucking shoulder blades underneath the body. Tucking chin in towards the chest. Bringing your legs as wide as your mat. Your palms come next to the body. They're facing up to receive. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, sigh. And as you sigh, allow every single muscle, every bone, every cell in your body to sink down in deep relaxation into your mat. That is it. There is nothing left for you to do except allowing yourself to surrender to the stillness of your Shavasana. Allowing your breath to move through your body and quiet your mind. Honoring yourself in this position for as long as serves you today. I am going to be leaving you here in your Shavasana. I thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. I thank you for showing up on your mats and allowing our energy to collectively bring good to the universe and the world around us. I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.